everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. You're watching Gift Somakwabe, and this is Nikom Zimba, my guest for today, and we are tackling a very this topic is it's a very delicate matter. So before we get into that, don't forget to
like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Music to my ears.
Okay, so today we'll be sharing with the matriculants. We'll be talking to particularly the ones that are in matric right now, that are going to matric. But then if you're watching this and you have a niece, you have a nephew, you have a sister, you have a cousin, something, please share this video with them, because we really think that it is very important. We're talking to the matriculants. So even if you're watching this video but you have a sister, you have a brother, a nephew, a niece, anyone you have, please, a cousin, please share this video with them, because it is very important that they know the information that we're going to be sharing.
And just to add on that, even for the matriculants that have just finished grade 12, I think this is still relevant to you, because you just received your results.
Yes.
All right. So first on the list, balancing.
So we want to talk about, I think it's a topic that a lot of people do not share. When you are in matric, you need to learn to balance your subjects. The fact that you got a bachelor doesn't really count that much, because you might find that you got a bachelor, but then you want to study something in biology and you were doing accounting, but then you passed accounting better than you passed life sciences, physics, and mathematics. That will not count. That will make you not to be accepted in any university. You need to learn how to balance. And you can't be saying that I got distinctions, but then you covered more on maybe your home language and the LO.
Yes.
And you counted things that actually won't count when you need to look at the requirements of the things that you're applying for.
And just on the home language, it's excluding English, because if you're at a school that has home language, that would be English. It does count.
Yes.
But if your home language is Zulu, Tsonga, whatever, and then your second is English, then it's a bit of a problem.
Yes. Yeah. You need to focus more on English. For example, with law, they want English. So you need to perform really well on English. But then what is the point of you performing really well for LO and life sciences, but then you want to do maybe
chemical engineering,
or you want to do geography? You want to do geology. You need to perform better on geography and mathematics.
And just to understand that your LO actually doesn't count in your APS score, because you don't even write an exam for that. You get a year mark after your October assessment, and that's it. So your LO does not count. So please don't assume that having your LO as a distinction means that it's gonna help you. It doesn't actually really.
So you can get your 450s and
340s
and 340s, something like that. So it is quite doable, but then you need to balance. Otherwise, you won't get into the course you're doing. Right now, we have encountered situations, a lot of them, where former grade 12 learners are coming to us. I got this, but then I didn't get it. You don't understand. You need to do certain things for you to be able to qualify to the university. Look at the requirements. So now, the matriculants that are applying for next year, please go and look at the brochure.
Yeah.
Please go and look at the prospectus of the university you're applying to, and understand the requirements. If you do not understand what is happening, you can go back to this video, you can comment on it, and then tell us that I don't understand this prospectus. We're going to go back and look at it, and we're going to contact you to tell you what are the requirements and how do you have to perform for you to actually get into the course you want.
And another thing is, she mentioned 350s, your 340s or something like that. The chances are, when you say you have a bachelor and you're in your 50s, you actually qualify more of a diploma. And then if you get a diploma in matric, chances are you might be able to enter into college or study a higher certificate first. So you need to sort of look at that. So for you to actually be able to get a bachelor's and study a degree, your bachelor's needs to be really good. Like, you should try get at least 65 and above, 70 or 80s. Because remember, you can get your 70 and you're happy. but there's someone else who got 98.
And
that kicks you out of the system
Exactly.
automatically
And
because
so another thing that we encountered now in January when helping learners or former matriculants, it's the fact that they didn't write their NBT. So what the universities do, for example, WITS and UJ, they say that we have received your application, right? They send you a letter, so you need to constantly check your emails. Please check your emails and check the letters that they send you and read them thoroughly and make sure you understand them.
Wait, can I stop you there? Emails, guys, you are 18 years plus. Have your own email account.
Yes.
We have people that have the cell phone number of the mother, the email of the father, the email of the internet cafe guy, and then now when we're trying to help you with NSFAS and everything, you're like, which number? Where can we get the code? I used this person's email and they lost it. I don't have the. Please, guys, just go to Gmail and create your own email account. Go to the internet cafe. If you don't have a phone, it's fine. But just have an account that you know when you go to the internet cafe, you can always open and have access.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another thing is that you can also use your number. If you don't have a cell phone that you can access emails, you can use the cell phone number. They will be able to send you an SMS to tell you that there's a letter that was sent into your email. So there was a student where they sent a letter to say that we've received your application. After that, they sent the person a letter to say that go and write your NBT. If you do not write your NBT by the end of this period, we will not even consider your application. So meaning that even if your results come out, that application is off their system. They won't check it.
It's a waste of money, a waste of time, everything. You might have even qualified, but we will not consider. They don't care.
Consider you because you didn't write your NBT. So please, I beg you guys, please go and write your NBT.
It stands for National Benchmark Test. It's something that everyone writes, and it's just to see your level of thinking and everything. It's free. You just need to get to the venue, book a venue. That's it. For those who actually wrote the matric exams, and you're not happy with your results, number one, it's not the end of the world. Okay, you can go and rewrite, right? You can qualify for a sub. If you do qualify, go and write your test. If you don't, you can actually repeat the whole year if you still want to get an NSC certificate, right? If not, you still have FET. You have TVET colleges that you can go to and get a qualification that is equivalent to a matric or even better, right? Yes. So it is not the end of the world, guys. Let us stop having this idea that if I fail my matric for the first time, it is over with me.
It is not over with you.
Exactly.
It's not over with you.
Exactly.
And there are colleges where they don't necessarily need your grade 12. You can actually do things that if you're good with your hands, you can boiler making, you can do those kind of things. So you just have to have the information. That's why we're doing this video, for you guys to have the information so that you can do all of those things. And remember that in TVET colleges, NSFAS does fund it.
NSFAS does fund.
It does fund it.
Yeah.
So it doesn't only fund people from the university, it also funds TVET colleges and other colleges.
And especially if you didn't qualify and for university and your NSFAS takes you, you can actually move it over to a TVET college. Yes. But guys, when you speak about college, we're talking about public colleges from the government. So with your private, there is no NSFAS.
There is not.
So colleges like Rosebank, Demelin, they do not have NSFAS. So a lot of students make mistakes. They get into Rosebank and everything.
But then they got NSFAS, but then NSFAS cannot fund them.
Yeah, and now you're actually in debt and you're like, I don't know how I'm going to pay for this. Yes. So please do research on the institution you want to go to. Yes. Make sure you understand the costs, the res, the fees, everything.
You have enough funding. Because if you get to an institution like Rosebank is in Bram. The accommodations at Bram are expensive. So you have to find accommodation maybe a bit far, and then you'll have to consider the traveling costs. So those are some of the information that you will have to have. Even Damelin, it's in Bram. You have to consider traveling costs or actually stay at accommodations like Student Decks, South Point.
Are you speaking specifically in Joburg?
It's specifically in Joburg because we are in Joburg.
Yeah, just in case you like.
Yeah. So those are some of the things that you have to think about when you're applying for in private colleges. The fees there are quite steep. So you need to be prepared for it. If you're planning to go there, prepare in time.
So with your public, just be careful, guys, that you do not register under something that is fake. I mean, if you see a college called Nico and Gift, what the feathering education, go to www.dhet.gov and check that is this thing actually registered under the government. Many people spend 3 years and then when it's time to graduate, this thing does not exist and all your money is
gone. You've been paying for your fees. So please check and be safe.
Yeah. And your private colleges are not bad. If you also have the money, it's okay.
It's okay.
And private is not only limited to your accounting and business and stuff. There's actually colleges for engineering, music,
there is.
art,
yes,
and all these different type of things. Cooking as well.
Yes.
Those chef type of things.
Yeah.
So go for what you want. Go for your passion.
Yeah, and hopefully sooner than later we'll actually even make a video about the different courses you can venture into, because now we are limited to being a doctor, being a nurse, being a police, you need to know all the streams you can actually go into rather than the ones that we are usually used to. So it is possible, guys. It is possible.
So I know we said a lot about colleges, institutions and all that, and sometimes you're like, I passed but I don't have the money.
Yes.
Right? So NSFAS is there. We all know that. Okay, I didn't know that when I started. But we have also bursaries that are available, and most of them open from now until April.
Yes.
And you have a chance to apply.
There are others that open around June to August.
For next year.
Yeah. So if you want to apply for this year, there's still bursaries that are open now. Please go and check on the internet. You can check on Studentroom. So please go and check on Studentroom. They actually post things about internships, bursaries and all of that. Please go and check for your course. And even if you find a bursary for someone for the course that someone else is doing, please share,
guys.
Share the information. We cannot be stingy with information. Please share, and then make sure that everyone is covered in terms of finances. These bursaries are there. They're just looking
for the right people.
For the right people to apply for them.
Yeah. And then another thing is, I know writing a motivational letter for people is very intimidating, but we have a solution. There's a video that speaks about how to write a bursary letter. It's very detailed, so please go and watch that on the channel. And I think another thing that you must understand, that for a person like me, I entered varsity without any funding, and sometimes you get funding along the way. You go to your student finance, you speak to the people in the finance office, they also find ways to help you, and your fees get paid at the end of the year. What we're trying to say is, allow your faith to also help you. But that doesn't mean that you should just sit. But there are also opportunities in varsity for funding along the year.
Even the university itself, it can fund you if you really perform well on your first year. It can fund you for your second year.
Yes.
So that is possible.
Yeah. Learnerships? Yes. If you don't go to university, and that's fine, it's not the end of the world. There's things called learnerships. She said Studentroom.
Yeah, that just actually require you to have a grade 12. Then they actually pay you like 3,000 to 5,000,
6,000, depends.
It depends.
Yeah, and you get to study, you get to work, you get to build up your career.
Exactly. Some of the companies that give you this learnership also give you the opportunity to do a short course or something. So you'll be doing something in that year rather than you staying at home. I do not condone you just staying at home, because your mind, it becomes
idle.
So it's not working, it's not doing something. So even if you can find just a job, even like keep yourself busy, even if you're taking a gap year. A gap year doesn't mean that you're staying at home watching TV.
Work, guys. Go find something, save up for your funds.
So that you can be able to find yourself in the next year if you don't get a bursary. But I hope you will get a bursary if you have the correct information. You watch the video that was recommended about how to apply for a bursary. I'm telling you, you're gonna get that bursary, and you're gonna get that learnership. Please go and also look at the video where she's talking about interviews it is very important that you do that. It's really, really recommendable.
Yeah. And I think just to end off the video, just to have an open mind. You might say you want to go to school, but you might end up being permanent, being a manager at your job, and that means you can study via UNISA.
Yes.
UNISA is also fine. It allows you to do both. You know, our journeys are all different.
Yes.
So don't be closed and say, if I don't do this, I'm nothing. You are capable of anything, and just know that there are many options.
Yeah.
Just find out, research. If you're not sure, guys, you can send us a message on Instagram. You can hit us up in the comments.
Yes.
Wherever you find us on social media, but we are there to
email us on nicoandgift@gmail.com. We will also read. So please, we beg you. we beg you guys, please. If you feel like the information we have given is not enough, just ask a question. We will reply to your question. I'll reply with my personal account, and she will reply on this channel. Please, we beg you, please. And
don't forget to like,
comment,
subscribe,
and share.
Dun, 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 dun.